What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with UFC 321 reactions. With the Abu Dhabi card now wrapping up at unusual times, let's take a look at what the community thought about the event. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video to help support the channel. Let's kick it off with the fight between Umar Nurmagomedov and Mario Bautista. In round 1, Umar went straight for a takedown within 10 seconds of the bout. After a scramble, Bautista had Umar's ankle in a lock, and surprisingly, Umar survived. Round 1 ended with Umar having Mario in a body triangle. In round 2, Bautista dropped Umar with a knee, but Umar survived. After the knee, Umar took him down and went to work. He got Bautista's back again and had him in a body triangle again. Bautista got out and the two exchanged some shots to end the round. In the last round, surprisingly, the first 90 seconds was a stand-up fight until Umar eventually went for the takedown. Umar then smothered Bautista for the rest of the fight, letting him get up, then taking him right back down. Umar won the fight by unanimous decision after the 3-round fight. Some fighters reacted to the fight on social media, writing, Bilal Muhammad said, "Huge performance from Umar. Bautista's very good, never gave up on himself." Henry Cejudo said, 30-27 Umar Nurmagomedov. He just earned that bantamweight title shot. Gilbert Burns said, Umar is very good. After the fight, footage surfaced of Khabib kicking out Daniel Cormier. Now let's move on to the co-main event between Virna Jandiroba and Mackenzie Dern for the vacated women's strawweight belt. During the fight, the two of them attempted to strike with each other, but most rounds ended with ground and pound or clinching. While both Dern and Jandiroba landed good shots on each other, there were no significant moments in the fight, but Dern did outstrike Virna every round. Mackenzie Dern won the fight by unanimous decision and is the new women's strawweight champion. Here's how the MMA community reacted to this fight. Steffi Haynes said, "Is it me or is there a whole lot of Dern glazing happening from this booth?" She also said, "Look, I don't mind they gave it to Dern, but 49-46 and the absolute bias from the booth was kinda gross." Marina Rodriguez said, "Congrats Dern, now we want to see a successful defense. Enjoy your moment." Oban Elliott said, "Yeah, Mackenzie." Danny Segura said, "Mackenzie Dern becomes UFC champion, an expectation placed on her since transitioning to MMA. The road was bumpy and it looked rough at certain points, but she fulfilled her promise. Very nice to see. Congrats to Mackenzie." And finally, let's shift gears to the main event between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane for the heavyweight title. Ahead of the fight, Khabib was seen giving Tom Aspinall advice before his bout.
Sometimes boxing, separate wrestling, separate everything. When you use everything together, wrestling, pressure, boxing, everything, because we don't have this ability. He's striker, he moved, he have good footwork, they can touch that, but when you use your hands, you can take down the pressure,
Make him think about it.
Yeah. Make him think about it because he's gonna wait your takedown. Sometimes when you set up your punches, you can show him you're going for, because his mind is thinking was half there about this.
Yep.
Show him his focus goal, just put him.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
As for the fight, in round 1, the two came out aggressive. The two spent the round exchanging shots on the feet, and Aspinall was bleeding early in round 1. Late in the round, Gane poked both of Aspinall's eyes. After some time, Aspinall kept telling the doctor that he couldn't see out of his eye. Heck, he couldn't even open his eyelid. Eventually, the fight was off. Gane was devastated by the decision. As for the MMA community, they were not happy. This is what they had to say. Alex Pereira reacted to the fight on social media, writing, "Let's make the heavyweight division great again," with a stone head emoji plus a bone equaling a house. Ariel Helwani said, "Fight is over. It will end in a no contest due to an unintentional foul. They will no doubt have to run this back right away. Fight was really good and Gane showed up to fight." Terrence McKinney said, "Bruh copping out. Gane was smacking his nose with the jab. His eye was close. No way. Shaking my head." Bilal Muhammad said, "Gane can't be mad. You clearly poked him. Learn to keep your hands closed." He also said, "If they want to get rid of eye pokes, they need to take a point away instantly." He also said, "Let's just hope it's not a serious eye injury for Tom." Corey Anderson said, "Eye pokes suck for sure, but it wasn't knuckle deep. A slight graze." Matt Frivola said, "Dang." Derek Brunson said, "Wow, the fight ended with an eye poke, no contest. The heavyweight division is cursed, or what? You cannot hold up a division for no one. It. Put the title up for grabs next week." Megan Anderson said, "After the whole John Jones-Tom Aspinall drama, having this fight end in a no contest is the absolute worst thing possible for the heavyweight division right now. I guess they can reschedule the bout now. What a show." Kenny Florian said, "An ironic main event." Benny P said, "You're telling me I stayed up all night, had to sit through a Dern versus Jandiroba title fight, and this is how the main event ended?" Dylan Dennis said, "Well, at least we know how John Jones versus Tom Aspinall would have ended." Vince Morales said, If Gane can poke him in the eye that bad, I mean, imagine John Jones. Later, it was revealed by Alex Bahunin that Tom Aspinall was transported straight to the hospital following the fight. Would you be interested in seeing this fight again? Let us know in the comments below. Dana White still figuring out what's next for Ilia Topuria. Recently, we've been reporting everything that's been happening with Ilia Topuria and his next UFC opponent. For a quick recap, Arman is fighting on the UFC Qatar card, so he's out of the picture. Justin Gaethje has made it clear that he wants a title shot next, or he will retire. And Paddy Pimblett is also on the sidelines waiting for the Ilia fight. It's clear that Ilia Topuria will be headlining the first Paramount card in January, so they need to find an opponent quickly. Paddy has revealed that he was offered the fight and even called out Ilia Topuria for not accepting. Well, it looks like Dana White has finally talked about the situation. Did we get any definitive answer as to who's next for Ilia? Nope.
We're always exploring lots of different things. Obviously, it's a fun fight. People would like to see that, but I don't know. As of right now, no, we haven't made that fight. We're trying to figure out what's next for Topuria.
As for the lightweight champ, who do you want to see him fight next in the UFC? In the interview, Dana also talked about the new Paramount deal and how it's going to affect the UFC. When asked if the Paramount deal would bring in more events, Dana responded with, no, definitely not more events, but definitely try some new things as far as scheduling goes. It'll be interesting to see what Dana means by this. Could this mean less UFC fight night events and more stacked cards? Would that be interesting for you? During the same interview, Dana White also talked about bringing a UFC event to Georgia. Dana said that a government official in Georgia has been in talks with the UFC to host an event there. Can you imagine a UFC event with both Ilia Topuria and Merab in Georgia? That would be massive.
But I was literally at a meeting today, and there was a guy there who was from the government of Georgia, and he's literally like, I want to talk to you guys. I want to bring a fight to Georgia. So we literally happened this afternoon at a meeting I was at earlier. Yeah, I'd like to take him home too.
Merab to Georgia, Ilia to Spain, those
Yeah.
are things that obviously they're exploring.
Absolutely. No brainers.
Rampage Jackson heated altercation with Psycho Stu friends. Rampage Jackson was at a public event when friends of Psycho Stu attempted to talk to him and clear the air about the Raja incident. In the clip, you can see Rampage flipping the wrestlers off and saying no to their offer of shaking each other's hands. According to Stu's friends, they have no harsh feelings for Rampage and understand why he would defend his son. They just simply wanted a handshake. Now, in Rampage's eyes, he saw the microphone clipped on the guy's chest and camera pointing at them, and he clearly didn't want to be clip farmed, but he was anyway. Here's the clip.
He just wanted to shake hands.
I saw a lot of the presidents, they like clout chasing, bro.
No, it's not even about that. Like, I mean,
trust me, bro. Have to respect it's my son.
no, it is. We do respect it for sure.
Do you think that Rampage should have given the wrestlers a handshake, or do you think that his response was valid and he's just tired of the situation in general? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Netflix was disappointed for not landing UFC? For months, there was a lot of talk about whether the UFC would secure a broadcast deal with Netflix, just like its TKO sibling WWE. Ultimately, the UFC signed a massive $7.7 billion deal with Paramount, but recently, TKO CEO Ari Emanuel reported that the streaming giant was indeed close to becoming a UFC broadcasting partner. In fact, Emanuel says Netflix was disappointed with how things played out. While appearing on the Town podcast, here was some of what Emanuel had to say about Netflix and the negotiations. They were disappointed. Let's just be very clear. Netflix Chief Content Officer Bella Bajaria and co-CEO Ted Sarandos have been incredible to Mark Shapiro and I and the agency and TKO with boxing. They are incredible executives, but at the end of the day, Paramount CEO David Ellison and Jerry Cardinale and Jeff Shell and Larry Ellison set studio streaming and live sports. They want to be in that space, so then they came to us and said, here's what we want. Okay, great. During the podcast, TKO president and COO Mark Shapiro also confirmed that Netflix was not interested in streaming every UFC card, and that played a factor in their decision to sign with Paramount. Zuffa Boxing has also since signed a broadcasting deal with Paramount.